Hello and welcome to Andy and Dave play Memoir 44 on the Game Shop All the Shots Twitch stream. We are here today. We're going to try and play two scenarios depending on how long this one takes. This is looking like a bit of a hefty one, so we'll see. This is Operation Cobra, July 25th to the 26th, 1944. Operation Cobra was predicted on the saturation bombing of German lines over a narrow front. After the bombing, an attack would be made by 3 infantry divisions, which is why Andy's got so many people, with 2 armoured and 1 infantry division held in reserve of this breakout force. General Bradley's intention in Cobra was to get the US forces out of hedgerow hell and into the uplands further south where they would be able to manoeuvre. The attack on the ground began at 11 AM with the simple objective of seizing Marne and St Giles. In the centre, the bombing quickly put the old Panzer-Lehr division out of action, but the western portion of the attack bogged down quickly against German defensive positions of the 13th Parachute Regiment, who had escaped most of the bombing. After the town of Heberkravon, the Panther tanks and German infantry were also putting up a strong fight. As a result, first day gains were disappointing. The options of Lightning Joe Collins, commander of the US forces, were to continue the infantry attacks in the hopes of securing a clean breakthrough, or act more boldly and commit the mechanised reserves held in reserve for the next day. Never a timid man, he opted for the latter. By late afternoon, the 3rd Armoured Division was on the outskirts of Margny, and the 2nd Armoured Division moved rapidly towards St Giles. An attempted counterattack by Kampfgruppe Heinz and the remnants of Panzer-Lehr could not stop the armoured advance. The US forces had achieved their breakout. The battle is set, the lines are drawn, you are in command, the rest is history. You get 5 cards and go first, and I get 4 cards. Condition of victory is 5 medals, and you get the medals while you're holding these towns, but if you're forced off, you lose them.
Go to Mulligan.
There isn't a mulligan, no.
Well.
Hello Blue Visor. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Memoir 44 today. Also, be careful of our display stands.
What's this?
He's emoted sliding into the shop at Mac 999, which is quite fast, and slams into a display stand.
Okay.
Luckily, my friend Massive Joe made most of our display stands, and they are surprisingly resilient, and nearly didn't fit through our door. We had to take the door off its hinges that day to get them in. It was surprisingly stressful.
I'm going to probe on the left flank.
Joke about probes. How many? Is that 2 units?
Yeah. So these guys are going to jump back into this town.
Yeah. My friend is named Massive Joe. You might wonder why he's called that, but it's because he's massive.
Okay.
Thanks. I'm going to recon and force and do a unit in every section. These guys are going to move into this town. These tank boys, I'm actually pretty happy. I think I'm going to do these guys. Go on the attack with them. That leaves them pretty vulnerable. I'm going to come back to this flank. These guys are going to shoot at them.
Yeah.
1 dice. Pow! I like how armoured everyone is on that flank, so I'm just going to leave them staying firm. You're up. I mean, Joe's pretty funny. I don't know that he's hilarious, but yeah, pretty funny guy.
I'm going to attack on the right flank.
Dun, dun, dun. 3 units, which 3?
These guys.
Yep.
Going into the woods. These guys are jumping into the hedgerows.
Can't move into the hedgerows unless they are adjacent to it.
Oh yeah. So they will Where were they? They were there.
Yeah.
So they will drop back one.
Okay. Well, I've been shooting at them.
I know. And my tanks are going to move up to here and shoot at this note because that's only going to be. No, there's still going to be 2 dice.
Yep.
Oh, 1 dice because it's -2.
Oh, for
Yes.
armour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll make you retreat.
Yeah.
I'll leave you a card. I think you're going to see a lot more tactical manoeuvres from us this game. Maybe a bit more cagey.
I'm going to issue a general advance. These 2.
Yep.
These 2. And
That's a pretty good card.
yeah, definitely these guys, and then another group. They're going to just move in.
Yeah.
Because they then have to stop. These guys are going to shoot 1 dice at the guys in the tree, so it's them.
Yeah.
Retreat. You can't, so you lose a man. That was pretty good. Elite tank guys go into there. These guys are going to shoot 1 dice at that unit.
Yeah.
Nope. And that flank, sort of want to try a blitz, but that's going to leave me a bit exposed. Screw it. General advance, they're going to shoot at them with 3 dice. 2 wounds, and a 3rd wound because you can't fall back.
Yep.
And then the infantry will shoot as well. Another wound. That was very successful, and I'm pleased that I tried that gamble. That's very cool. Amelisa is saying that there's a research group that made an interactive map of sunk ships still in the water between here and France.
Mm. So tanks can move 3 and still battle, can't they?
They can.
So,
Unless they're obstructed by terrain.
and they always hit at 3, don't they?
Unless, yeah, other than...
I think I'm going to direct from HQ to activate 4 units. And it's going to be
blimey.
these 2 tank units, these guys,
Yeah,
and the guys in the town. So these guys are going to move up first,
cool.
and they're going to shoot at your infantry.
Excellent.
2 dice.
1 wound and they'll fall back into the town.
That's annoying.
That's what I was hoping would happen. Thanks, Melissa. We'll check that out.
This tank unit is going to move into these woods.
Cool.
And shoot at the guys in the hedgerow with 1 dice. Nope.
Okay.
This tank unit's going to move into these woods.
You can imagine them just driving around trees.
Mm-hmm. And these guys are just going to put 1 dice into them.
Okay.
Make you retreat.
Fall back into the hedgerows. Not certain how hedgerows are quite such an obstacle for armour.
No. It's because I don't want to disturb the wildlife in there.
There's probably quite a lot of...
Shrews.
Yes. Wow, there's a U-boat in Portsmouth Harbour, presumably sunk. I'm going to attack on the left flank. I'm going to order these 3 units.
Mhm.
We're going to start with 1 dice from each of these guys into your guys in the woods.
Yep.
Miss. Miss. That was disappointing. And those hedgerow guys are just going to stay put.
probe in the centre. These guys are going to move into here.
Cool. They can't battle.
And then this tank unit is going to fire 1 dice at them.
We'll fall back into the adjacent hedgerows.
Okay.
I'm going to deal with a pincer move. These 2 units on this flank and these 2 units on this flank. We'll start with 1 dice each into those guys in the woods. 1 wound, 1 retreat, so 2nd wound. Very good. These guys will come forward. Yeah, they'll come forward and shoot 1 dice into them.
Yeah.
1 wound. And the tanks. Can't see them from there, so they'll go round to here. Put 2 dice into them. 2 wounds. You'll go.
I do not have what I want right now. That's super annoying.
I've got a pretty good mix of cards.
No, that could work.
Yeah?
Maybe. But let's leave me a little bit risky on both flanks.
A little bit exposed.
I'm going to attack on the right flank. So, these tanks are going to move to here.
Cool.
And shoot into here with 1 dice.
These guys.
Cool. He's going to rush back to there.
Nice.
These tanks are going to move into these woods.
Nice.
And then shoot the same unit.
Cool.
Oops. Miss.
I'm going to counter-attack in order... Oh, am I? I've spoiled it now. Yeah, I'm going to counter-attack because I've said it now, so it'll be these 3 units.
Yeah.
We're going to pour fire into these tanks from these 2
Yeah.
and him. So, 2 dice.
Yep.
From them, 1 wound. 2 dice from them, no wounds, and then 1 dice from those other guys in the hedgerow, 1 wound. That went pretty well.
Yeah.
You're up.
I'm going to direct from HQ.
Ooh. Now I should have saved my counter-attack for that. Hello, Rage King 3. Welcome to our stream of Memoir 44.
So I'm going to activate this tank, these 2 tanks, and this guy by himself. So first of all, he's just moving back out there. These guys are going to jump in here.
Uh-oh.
And fire 3 at your tanks.
Yep. 1 wound and then we'll fall back behind these guys. Do we know you from the store, Rage King 3? And thanks for tuning in.
This tank's going to retreat to here. And then these guys are going to move into these woods.
I'm going to order an attack on the centre. I'm going to do these guys, these guys, these three guys.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, forward to here. And we're going to blast these guys with 2 dice.
1 dice.
1 dice. Yeah. That's a wound. These guys are going to move into these hedgerows, but they can't attack.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are going to stay put.
Okay. Oh, did that change what I could?
It's Memoir 44. It's a board war game set in World War II by Days of Wonder. You get a handful of cards depending on how powerful or clever your commander is, or your tactical situation, which you can see here, and hopefully Andy isn't looking at. And you choose one to play each turn, and that lets you order a number of your units on one of the 3 fronts, either of the flanks or the centre.
I'm going to play move out of 4 infantry units, which is going to be these guys, these, and these.
Cool, those 4 infantry. As you can see there, Andy has ordered 4 infantry units.
So I'm going to move them to here and shoot one at your tank.
Yeah. I'll fall back.
Why do you always fall back?
Cautious.
These guys are over here, 1 dice.
Nope.
These guys are going to move 1 and attempt to get them as well.
Shoot 1 dice, yeah. No.
And then these guys can do the same.
Cool. Yeah. That's casualty from my elite tank crew. I'm going to do armour assault. I get to order up to 4 tank units, so I'll do both of my tank units and they'll get 1 extra die in close assault.
Yeah.
So they're going straight to there.
Yeah.
And these guys are going straight to here, which is a bit bold, but I can't get around it. And I'll put 4 dice into this last lonely guy.
No, it'll be
3 dice.
3 dice.
I'll re-roll those. Dead?
Yeah.
And I'll put 4 dice into this centre unit in the middle. 3 casualties. That was pretty good.
Oh, silly me. I just missed a trick.
Did you?
Yep. I'm going to... You've got to move then attack, haven't you?
You have, yeah. I'm looking for 5 medals for victory, and it looked this good early in the last game, but Andy pulled it back until we were neck and neck for the final victory point. So I'm not going to rest on my laurels, I'm going to keep trying to press my offensive.
So many choices. Oh, no, that works. I'm going to... behind enemy lines with this
Ooh.
unit here. So I'm going to close assault your...
Tank.
Yeah.
1 and a 4 back.
And then he's going to move 3 hexes.
Oof. That is going to make him difficult to chase down. That was a good play, I like that.
Thank you.
I'm going to attack in the centre, ordering these 3 units.
Mm-hmm.
We're chasing them down, and these 2 units.
Yeah.
He's going to shoot 3 dice into that last remaining soldier.
Nothing.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
dear.
These
a
guys are
clutch
going to
play.
put 1 dice into them.
No.
No. And these guys are going to put 2 dice into them.
No, he wouldn't be able to put 1 dice into them because they're 3 away and it's -1.
Oh, I apologise. Then
That's
they're,
right.
they're just going to sit there.
Yeah.
2 dice here. 1 and a retreat. I don't get
Oh
it.
no, you don't. Oh, look.
Just chasing my tanks. Just trying to press my advantage before you destroy those tanks.
I'm going to dig in Issue an order to 4 infantry units. The units improve their position by placing available sandbags. So these guys are going to move here. These guys will activate, and then these two are going to activate as well. So he's going to go there, and he's going to go there, and they're all going to have a go at your tank.
Right.
So these guys.
1 wound and 1 retreat. I can't retreat because you've blocked off my retreat.
Yay!
That's very disappointing. Bad tanks.
And then the other guys can't do anything because there's no more tanks to mess up.
Okay. Well, I'm going to attack over on this flank.
Yep. It's a shame those guys aren't worth more victory points because they're special.
It is a shame. I'm going to close assault your tanks.
Yep.
1 wound and 1 retreat.
Oh, that's worked out well for you.
Yeah, and then I'll close assault with the tanks.
Oof.
Boom.
Hell of a roll.
That was great. 3 tanks. That's the equivalent of rolling 18 on 3 normal d6.
Nerd.
Oh, hey, Rage King 3 is watching us from Australia.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. What, Aldershot? I mean, yeah? Formerly the home of the British Army.
Armour assault.
Oh no, mate, stop it.
So these guys are going to pop in here.
Why so tanky? Yeah, come out in the open. Maybe bring these guys up.
He's going to here.
Oh, I didn't expect that to work.
So these guys are going to put 4 dice into them.
Oh. I'll take 1 wound and then I'll retreat twice back to this town.
These guys will put 1 shot into them. Boop. And then he'll put 1 shot into them as well.
Excellent. Rage King 3 asks what tattoo you have on your arm. That's part of his sleeve. It is a tiger.
Yeah, with like peach blossoms and Guan Yu up there.
I'm going to assault on this flank because it's where I think I'm strongest. So all of my units are going to go. These guys are coming back out. They're going to activate. These guys are going to jump into the town. These guys are going to close assault.
I'm going to ambush them.
Oh. Can you do that with armour?
Yeah. After opponent declares a close assault, but before he rolls his battle dice, play this card. Roll your battle dice first. Is it better to do against your tank? Because I get a victory point that way, don't I? But I could also wipe those guys out. I'll do it against your tank.
Okay. Well, they're going. 1 wound.
Yep.
And then the tank will get counter-attacked. Pay your card, mate. That wipes them out.
And I'll get to replay straight away.
Disappointing.
Yay!
Oh, that wasn't good. But I did take out a point of tanks, so... I have squandered all of my armour on a strong first push, and I'm only 1 victory point ahead.
I'm not liking what options I've got here. I'm going to... I've got to be careful not to just throw my units away.
Yep.
medics and mechanics, these guys.
Ooh.
So I've got 5 cards, 5 dice.
Yeah. And restore 1.
And then they get to attack these guys in front of them.
Cool. 3 dice. Oh, 2 wounds and a retreat. I'll fall back. I'm going to do an infantry assault on this flank. Infantry can move 2 and still battle. So these guys are going to go forward 2. These guys are going to go forward 1. And these guys are going to go forward 2. To here. So we're going to close assault that tank.
Yep.
Taking them out. Excellent. 1 more for victory. We're going to close assault these tanks. 1 wound. And we're going to put 1 dice into that guy that's left there. No. Damn it. A bold push. I'm 2 ahead with 1. It starts out at 1 by 1, but if you've got 2 copies of the game and a mod called Overlord, you can play a 4-player on the side. 1 player, basically you have 3 versions of the board and the board from the Overlord map. 1 person is the Overlord for each side, and wow, Lothloring Gabad is taking their lives in their hands. They get a whole pool of cards that they can dish out to their sub-commanders, each of whom is responsible for a subsection of the board, and each section of that, each commander's board works like a normal game, except they're getting fed cards from their commander. It's a really interesting multiplayer version of the game that we are absolutely going to play, probably on stream once we've figured out how to get some more people in the store for organised play. Don't do it, mate. Take a sub-party.
Probably on the right flank.
Oh.
So this unit into them.
Yeah. 2 casualties.
And then this unit into them.
No casualties.
No.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah. That could have come better.
I'm going to barrage this guy.
No.
4 dice, ignoring terrain.
Yeah.
This is victory for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good game, bud.
Yeah.
Managed to hold off the Americans as they pushed through. It's 25 past. We've probably got time for another game.
Yeah.
Let's quickly